Hey, it's me, Jeremy John with KokaneeKid Fishing, where tackle and information come together to get you guys in the game. Hey, I just wanted to give you guys a little report. I got a good report from Detroit, and I got one for Odell, and then I've even got one for Flaming Gorge. So let's start with Flaming Gorge. So my buddy David, who spends 2 weeks there, 2 weeks back, his friend was going to fish it, so I gave him 4 setups, but he lost his blue micey bug. So he gave his friend 3 of the 4 setups, and his buddy went down by the pipeline hole. So if you're in Flaming Gorge, that's where he was fishing at 60 feet down with my 3 other setups that I gave him. And he caught a bunch of absolute monster fish. So if you are in that area and checking that out, those fish have not moved up the lake. They're still down in the pipeline area. And the 3 setups that he was using a pink purple micey bug, a pink twisted hoochie, and I gave him an orange twisted hoochie. So those 3 setups were absolute money, and his friend obviously ordered some tackle from me. So I'm going to send David some stuff, so he still has a few more setups. I'm going to send him some blues. So Flaming Gorge still fishing good. I haven't seen a lot of reports or pictures, but here's a picture of the fish, so you can check them out. I'm planning on going back next year. That was an absolute blast for that. So Detroit Lake, let's talk about Detroit Lake. My buddy Sean took his daughter up there fishing. He was contemplating fishing either Merwin or Detroit. He called me before he took the trip, and I told him, I was like, man, I think I'd fish Detroit. The fish are a little bit bigger down there. It's a little bit closer for him to drive, but not by much. So him and his daughter went down to Detroit. Fishing was really slow in the morning, and they went down towards the dam, and they caught some smaller fish. And I've been hearing the same reports. The further you go down towards the dam, the fish are a little bit smaller, and they're schooled up down there. And I'm going to talk about what I'm also seeing at Odell with the fish that are schooled up comparatively to the fish that are in the onesie twosies, maybe 3s, 4s. I'm going to talk about that when we get into the Odell and what I'm seeing up there. So he eventually came back down by the blowout area, fishing middle of the lake. And then they ended up limiting out down there with the blue micey bug being the winner for the day. He kept track of how many fish he caught on each lure, and I believe he caught 15 of the 20 fish on the blue, and he calls it Blue 44. And the reason for that is he is fishing 44 feet in the water, and that is working for him. I saw a picture of his fish finder, the screenshot. It looks like the fish are running a little bit deeper than 44 feet. They look like they're running somewhere between 45 to 60. So basically, he's running that gear right above their heads. Kokanee do look up and down, but obviously they're seeing something go right up above them, and they're coming up and clobbering it. We did put some blues online the other day, but they sold out super fast. But I do have an announcement to make after the video, so make sure you watch the whole video, and we'll talk about the blues and how you can get some. So he did really good with him and his daughter, had a fun trip. They did limit out. That's the first time he said he's gotten 2 limits at Detroit, and the blues were working really good. So if it was me, I think I'd stay away from that dam and down by Kenny Creek, and I'd come in towards the blowout area, fish middle of the lake from blowout west of there. And he said the fish were really, really nice sized at that lake. So that's a great opportunity for you guys to get out. The weather looks like it's going to be fantastic this week, and then it's going to start getting hotter, probably starting on Sunday. So this weekend, if you're going to get out, this would be a great opportunity for that. So let's talk about my Odell Lake trip. Odell, I fished Friday and Saturday. Friday, we went out, and I didn't have a really hot early morning bite. There was some thunderstorms that were coming in Friday night, which were fantastic. They started at about 2, lasted till 6, and the sunset that night was just unbelievable, completely dead flat. Friday morning, there was a little bit of wind chop on the lake, and I did go down towards the West Bay and check that out, sucked in. We did get some really nice sized fish. But again, no real hot bite, just kind of a slow, consistent bite going on. There was some people sucked into my honey hole, which is really deep over where Trapper Creek's at. I wonder why. Maybe I got a big mouth and I shouldn't have shared that on my YouTube channel. But so there was quite a few people there. So I kind of stayed out more towards the middle of the West Bay, and then I ended up going off the ledge in front of Shelter Cove, and then finished the day over by that other little spot that I showed you guys between Breezy and Shelter. And I kind of stayed down towards the west end. On Saturday, we had my buddy Dale Hayden go out with me. And Saturday, I went into the West Bay, and there was so many boats in that that shallow spot. I only made one pass through. Again, hit the edge right in front of Shelter Cove, went out towards Breezy, wasn't catching a lot. Worked my way up towards Serenity. We didn't have a lot of fish in the boat. I thought it was going to be an absolute horrible day. Went to my little honey hole over just east of Serenity Bay. Wasn't a lot of fish, and so I cut straight across and over by Princess Creek, and that's where I started finding some fish off that ledge, off the hump, and then just a little bit east of that, sucking way into the drop-off. We did get some really nice fish. I didn't get anything over 15 and a half. Dale did get a really big fat male that was 15 and a half. I got some in the 15 range, and then the majority of them were running 13 to 14, and then we did catch some smaller ones as well. So what I'm seeing on my electronics, and I talked to my dad about this, and I saw it at Flaming Gorge and also at Anderson Ranch, is when these kokanee get to a certain size, I don't believe that they're balling up and getting into these big schools. So I wasn't really marking a lot of big schools, and when I did mark a big school at Odell, if I went through them, they were usually next year's fish. So I think what's happening is these fish, when they get to a certain size or they get bigger, they're separating from the schools. They probably feel pretty safe that they're not going to get eaten by a Mackinaw, and they're kind of going out on their own. So I was marking like 4 really big ones. This one was one spot that we were fishing. I told Dale, I was like, man, there's 4 really big kokanee in this one section, and we're about ready to go over the top of them, and wham, we got a double. So the blues were working good up there. The pink twisteds, that was my hot lures for the Friday. And then on Saturday, I caught a few on the blue, but pink purple was money. So I was using the pink purple micey bug, was obviously my top producer. I did get quite a few of them on the purple twisted hoochie. And then I have a new pink purple spinning glow that is not available on the website. I'm testing it out yet right now. My buddy Jared said he had some, and I ordered a few of them. That one caught some really nice fish as well. So it was definitely a pink purple bite. Again, I'm using glow dodgers first thing in the morning, switching over to more of a pattern dodger, and then also the silver moon glow is working really good with those pink purple. So again, if you're on your fish finder and you're marking big schools of fish, not only at Detroit but also at Odell, those are going to be next year's fish or smaller fish. You're kind of looking for singles, doubles. Those are going to be your bigger kokanee or this year's kokanee, and I believe they're not schooling up because of the size of them. And that was exactly what I was seeing over at Flaming Gorge. You know, you get a fish that's over 20 inches. You're not going to have a big ball, you know, of 50, 60 fish, you know, in a ball of that size. And because the fish size up at Odell is bigger this year than I've seen in a long, long time, I believe those fish are kind of separating from the schools and kind of just hanging out in onesies, twosies. So if you got a forward scan or you're looking for stuff, try staying away from those real tight balls. Those are all going to be small fish, and start marking out the ones that are like 2, 3s, and then you'll go over them, and there's no doubt that they are bigger fish because they're going to be a huge arc, real dark orange. I got a colored fish finder, so they're real dark, and when I go over them, I know that I'm marking a big fish. So hopefully you guys have a good weekend. Here's the announcement. Old Jeremy stayed up till 4 o'clock in the morning doing some painting the other day. I was up late last night tying. My wife did all the beating. So at 12 o'clock today's Wednesday, I don't know what date it is, but it's August, we are going to launch some more blues on the website. So I'm letting the YouTube community, if you follow me on YouTube and you check this channel out, 12 o'clock today, we're going to have more blues online. These did not last long either the 2 times I released them on the internet. So make sure that you order them. They're not going to last very long. So I'm going to let you guys have first opportunity for probably about 5 hours, and then I'm going to announce it on my Facebook page, which is what normally blows it up. So check it out. 12 o'clock. We're releasing quite a few of them. Get them. They're super hot. I should have called them Old Blue 44 for Sean. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to tell you, my buddy Trevor, who was up at the lake with me, he fished Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We didn't fish Sunday. He said Sunday there was a wide open bite in the West Bay from 5:45 to 8 o'clock. He caught in the mid 30s. I think he got 36, 35, something like that day. The bite was hot, and then he went east of there, caught a couple more, and came back super early. I saw him before he left, but they were all nice sized as well. So if you're fishing the Derby, good luck. Hopefully this information helps you guys out. Remember, don't go after the big schools. They're going to be small. These fish are big this year. Make sure you're going after the singles, you know, the ones that are twosy, threesies, because the fish are not schooling up those bigger ones. So have a good day. Yep, I need a haircut. Dub's supposed to cut it before I go up this weekend. I will be up at the lake coming up Thursday. I'm going to fish Friday, Saturday, and then I believe I'm going again next weekend. So I'll be up there again. I'll probably leave Thursday and fish Friday, Saturday, and probably Sunday. So if you guys see me up there, holler out, and hopefully you guys have fun. Stay hydrated. Stay safe on the water. There's going to be super crowded this weekend because of the Kokanee Power Derby. So make sure you guys are watching where you're going. Don't hit any boats, and good luck. Give me a shout out if you catch a bunch of fish with it at the Derby. I appreciate it. All right, guys, we'll talk to you later. Bye.